So one thing about leadership is being accessible. So that's something I've learned over the years. I've been in ministry for well over 25 years. And so I've observed a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things that work, a lot of things that don't work. So you see a lot of things that you want to emulate and some things that maybe you want to steer away from. And so what I want to talk about just for a few minutes is being accessible as a leader. When you're a leader, there's people that are looking to you, people that have things that not only relevant to their department or their responsibilities. Maybe you're a pastor, you have an assistant pastor, you have departments in your church, or maybe you're a department leader and you have people working in your department to facilitate things in the kingdom of God. It's important that you are someone that they can approach. So really approachability and accessibility, they're kind of synonymous, but what I want to talk about is give a, maybe a real life example, is that how important this is, because it does a number of things. It increases trust for sure. It's something that people realize that, hey, this guy is not just, or this lady, as the case may be, is not just someone who, wants what they can get out of me. There's someone that really is on the same team. And so if we as leaders are in ivory towers or untouchable, it's something that people will just, after a while, they'll stop trying to reach out with us with our needs, and it really just stymie the progress of the whole enterprise, whatever you're trying to get done. So one thing that you want to do is make sure, and let me just put a caveat in here, it's possible to be too accessible. I've known some people that'll answer their phone at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to do that. Don't recommend you do that. So there are limits, but just working within natural boundaries. You want to be accessible. If someone, texts you or emails you, particularly one of your leaders that you're working with developing, you don't want to take 2 days to respond to that text. I know there's extreme situations, whatever. As a rule, you want them to be able to know that you're there. Let me give you just a quick example. I worked in the school system for a number of years, and basically another lifetime ago. And there's a transition at the top. There's a new superintendent. And he came in saying all the right things, saying that I have an open door policy. And the problem is when someone tried to approach that open door, figuratively speaking, it was shut. So basically what he was saying didn't match his actions. Like, oh, I'm going to be here for you. If you need something, come. But it wasn't long before it wasn't us versus them mentality. And obviously there's a lot of bad blood. There's a lot of bad feelings. A lot of things that just kind of hindered the overall effectiveness of what was trying to get done in the educational setting. How much more in a ministerial setting? How much more in the church? Because our whole goal is to advance the kingdom of God. That's what preserving the Christian family is all about. Helping marriages, helping develop leaders, helping with child rearing, all those things. So if we're accessible as leaders and people realize that, hey, if I come to him with a need, come to her with a situation, it's going to be something that they're going to be responsive to. And you'll find that that will build camaraderie within your church, within your religious organization, department, whatever it is. And so that's something just to keep in mind. So